Hey, hi everyone. Welcome back to once again Linux and Kubernetes. So today we are going to learn and we are trying to understand Kubernetes namespaces. So before going to uh, into this topic, first we need to understand what is cluster. So if I go inside and ask to Google what is cluster, so okay, so I think this one is good one. Okay, so if you see here, so you can see there is a n number of computers, or there is a n number of machine which is interconnected to the each other. So that is the system which is the system is a collection, the system which is interconnected and group of machine. So uh, so we can call it that is cluster. So this is a cluster, and you need to remember this one because I am going to use the same terms in our namespace. So I hope you understood the what is cluster. So let's see what is namespace. Okay, so namespace is nothing but the it is cluster, but it is virtual cluster. It is virtual cluster inside physical cluster. Okay, so it is namespace also a cluster, but it is a virtual cluster. So it mean it doesn't have the dedicated resources allocated to the namespace. Okay, if the namespace is deleted, so if the namespace deleted, so the resources which is aligned to the namespace it's also be released. So that is meant by the virtual cluster. Okay, so why we need the namespace in the Kubernetes? So if you deploy any service or resource inside a Kubernetes, for example, let's say pod, then your services, then your uh, config map, okay, and etc. So every resource or every object running inside a namespace. Okay, so without namespace you can't run any object or any resource in the Kubernetes namespace, in a Kubernetes cluster, sorry. So if you're using the namespace, there's a some features. So I'm going to write here and we can discuss one by one. So let's see where it is. Okay, so can I write here? Yes. Okay, so this is the uh, technical benefits or features, you can say technical benefits or or features. ठीक है, तो number one is you res- resource isolation. Second is object organization. Third one is net, net network isolation. Fourth one, that is R back. It's nothing but the role based access control. Okay, and fifth one is scalability. Okay, and sixth one is resource quotas. Okay, so this is technical benefits for namespace. So we are going to uh, see one by one. The first one is resource allocation. So what it mean by resource allocation? It means you can assign the resources or allocate or assign or isolated resources, for example CPU, memory and storage for your different workload. Let's say I'm going to take the example here. So this is your Kubernetes cluster. So I'm right here. This is your Kubernetes cluster. Okay, so inside you have namespaces. So let me take, so this one where I can, okay, so this one your first namespace, and this is your second namespace, and third one your namespace. In the namespace, let me take, okay, so in the namespace you can run your pod or instance. Okay, whatever you called, there is a three uh, instances running inside the namespaces. No, so it's copying. No, okay, just for understanding. Okay, okay, this is your three namespace. So we called this one is uh, team A. Okay, what, yeah, this is your team A, and this is for team B, and this is for team C. Okay, so you can assign the dedicate resources to the namespace, and okay, so you can assign the dedicated resources to the namespace. So if team A is using that namespace and they are using to deployment, so you can provide the uh, some resource constraint. It's not going to be over that what we mentioned in the what we provided the resources capacity to the this namespace. Okay, we will talk about this point in the resource quotas. Okay, so you can understand, but resource allocation, it means we are running the three namespace, and if you are running the three namespace, it doesn't mean it will be interact of, for example, the team A is interact with the team B namespace resources, and team B doesn't directly interact with the team C namespace resources. So you can isolate it and separate your resources in the namespace. So that is the mean of resource allocation, isolation. The second one is the object organization. Okay, so what it mean by object organization? Object is nothing but about the Kubernetes Kubernetes, what we can say, Kubernetes resources, that is pod, service, config man, stateful set, deployment, whatever. Okay, so these are the object in the Kubernetes, and you can organize. Let's say example, I want to be running all my application inside the this namespace. So let me take okay, so this is uh, we can call as act. Okay, and this we can call ns database db or okay, database. Okay, so you can running every object which is for application. You can run that object inside the uh, namespace app. Okay, so and you can run your database namespace inside namespace database, so you can organize your object and services in a namespace. Okay, so coming to the third point, that is the network isolation. So what it mean by network isolation? What are the services which is running inside the namespace database and namespace application? It does not directly communicate. Okay, so we need to be provide the we need to set, or we need to provide the virtual network between this between these namespaces. Okay, this is the third one, and fourth one is RBAC, that is role based access control list. So what is rollback? First we need to understand. So rollback is nothing but, okay, so these two terms is come in if we are talking about the rollbacks access control list, that is authentication, authentication and authorization. Okay, so authentication means who can access, can who can access, and authorization means what can they perform. Okay, so try to understand. I think there is some spell mistake, but please try it. So let me yes, it's no, that's me to select entire. So then okay, so I think it is good. So let me do in different color. Okay, so that is if yeah, if I'm talking about the RBAC, RBAC, rollbacks access control access. There is a two type of access: authentication, authorization. Authentication means who can access, I mean users and service, and authorization means what they can perform, like they can perform if they are able to perform edit, admin task, deletion, anything. Okay, that is come for the authorization. So you can set the RBAC policy to the namespace for your resources. Okay, so coming to the scalability means depending upon your workload, or depending upon the your traffic, or depending upon your need, you can increase your services or your Kubernetes object easily. So if you want to increase some services for the namespace application, you can easily increase. Similar way, if you want to increase the namespace some services which is running inside the namespace database, you can easily increase. Okay, so that is the scalability. The last one is a resource quota. So you can define your resource quota limitation, like how much CPU they can use, and how much memory, and how much storage can be consumed resources which is running inside the namespace. Okay, so this is the benefit if you are using the Kubernetes namespace. So yeah, that's it. So I think you are understood today key what is the namespace, why need namespace in a Kubernetes physical cluster. So I hope you understood. So we will see in the next call. Till that time, bye. Thank you.